Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to the People's Reviewed Podcast. I am your host, Jose, along with my great friend,
Dylan. That's me.
Dylan. My man. How you doing?
Doing all right. A little suffering in the heat and humidity, but we're here.
Definitely. Especially this afternoon when my AC broke. I was like,
jeez,
fam, just take me now.
Yeah,
I don't want to live in the world without it.
With like the worst heat wave and that's ever happened, maybe. It's happening tomorrow too.
Yep. Monday was 96. Today was 98?
Something like that.
And tomorrow's going to be 95, and then it's going to rain the rest of the week.
Oh, so heat and humidity. Obviously we're turning I have the AC off and the fans off for the recording, and I'm already sweating. So let's get into today's topic, which is...
Today we will be discussing Rick and Morty Season 5, Episode 2, Multiplicity.
Nice. What did you think of this week's hot Rick and Morty episode?
So before we discuss the episode, let's give the audience a brief overview of what occurred. So in this episode, we go down pretty much a rabbit hole of Rick and his family are murdered in the first scene, and then by these squid people, and then another Rick is notified about the murder, and we learn that there's decoys throughout the whole United States. And as each Rick gets notified, there appears to be an infinite amount of clone families that are placed within the country. We then find out that the squids were actually Ricks, who were aware that they were also decoys. Pretty much it culminates in a huge battle at the end to figure out who's the rickest of them all and which is the true family.
Who's the rickest of them all?
It's a saying from the team. It's a saying that Rick says himself throughout the show, that he's the rickest of them all.
Gotcha.
And then in the ending, we find out that the entire time the actual Rick and Morty family was actually in space with Space Beth.
But is that the actual Rick and Morty family? Because at this point, like through all the episodes, there's been 1,000 different alternate universes they've jumped to, a bunch of different families and Ricks and Mortys. So is this even the original family?
Original family? No, that would be from that episode where he pretty much turns everybody into like crab, to these weird mutant. I forget what they were called. That's the original family from season 1. But I mean, there's theories in the internet saying that even Morty himself isn't the original Morty.
Yeah, it's we don't even know anymore. Or at least we end with a family that we can presume will be in the next episode.
Correct. Hanging out with cool Space Beth, which everyone on the internet was going gaga over. Now there's 2 Beths.
Whoa! What are we going to do with this information, Jose? Oh my God! I got a tweet about this.
Hold on. I'm about to sell this information over as an NFT.
Oh yeah, here we go. Bidding starts now.
And it's still at 6 cents. So if anyone wants to bid up, it can go to 7 cents really fast.
Oh. Get this hot deal while it lasts.
This is just like the Steam sale, Get it while it lasts.
True. I've already bought everything good at the Steam sales, though. I've already dug my hole there.
There's 1 or 2 games I'm looking at. They seem quite interesting,
Oh yeah, there's always something.
I'll think about it.
A little game here, a little game there. But the real game was making it through this episode without banging my head off the desk.
I didn't think it was a phenomenal episode, but I thought it was a decent episode, I didn't want to hit my head over anything, but I didn't enjoy it as much as other episodes.
Yeah, I was really hoping that after a rough start, we'd start to get a little better. Maybe episodes would get a little more cleverer. I thought stuff would start to happen in a way that would be entertaining, but Oh man, complete and in my opinion, complete and utter failure. This episode, it has one joke: the decoy family gets killed, and then another Rick gets notified, and basically copy paste for 22 minutes till the episode's over, and then throw in it's Space Beth, and people will see that ending and be like, "What a good episode! I saw Space Beth. I know about space and I know about Beth. Therefore, I like this." And what a fucking trash show. Like, my God, this episode was so excruciating to watch. Like, we today, or for this week's recordings, we watched a 22-minute episode and a 3-hour film, and somehow the most painful part was the 22-minute episode. Like, it's just insane.
I didn't think it was that excruciating. There were parts where I was definitely out of tune with the show. I think the first time I watched it, I definitely gave it more attention than when I rewatched it to make some notes for the podcast. I found myself really in and out the whole time because I was like, this just isn't as funny the second time.
Yeah, I mean, especially just it's because jokes are funnier when you do them over and over again to the point where they're not funny anymore. That is, if they were funny in the first place. But I can only imagine, like, second, third episode watchings, you're just like, you already know the joke that they're going to run into the ground, and you've already seen it get run into the ground, and the only relief is seeing that 5 seconds with Keith David in it, and being like, Keith David. And then you spend a half a second thinking about Mass Effect and being like, I should probably play some Mass Effect. And then that's the best part of the episode because you thought about doing something else.
You were thinking about Captain Anderson the whole time. You're like,
I was thinking about Captain Anderson and that character he played in Saints Row 4.
Julius.
And I was just like, man, yeah. I was just like, man, those were good things. And then it cut and I was like, I'm still watching Rick and Morty. God damn it! I'd rather watch Big Bang Theory.
That's a pretty low bar. I mean, if you're gonna go to
Big
Bang Theory,
yes, it is.
My friends, this is bad.
It is bad. That's why I said it.
Although I'm not as down on the show, I don't think it's yet reached Big Bang Theory levels yet. It's definitely 2 steps below where it should be. I often peruse the forums and discussions on the Rick and Morty's just to see what the general consensus is, throughout each episode. And I'm flabbergasted sometimes to see that people really enjoy these episodes when these are probably some of the weaker episodes that I've seen.
So yeah, I also was looking on the internet there and saw a couple articles, very complimentary of this specific episode, and I just don't get it. So I was reading them to see, like, what am I missing? Why is this clever? Why is this supposed to be funny? And yeah, I just didn't get anything. I just, it's really just the one joke over and over and over and over to the point of just nauseum.
I feel the same way. I was trying to look at just discussions, everyone has their own tastes, and I'm sure our tastes are slightly different than other people's on the internet.
Oh yeah, people love Rick and Morty, or like in general, seems like the public all about it.
I feel like I was just I try to see it through not as much of a fan's lenses, but just try to be as critical as I can, because I feel like if I'm gonna give this show a proper review, I'm gonna take off my fan goggles and make sure that I'm projecting a general review.
And it's hard to do, man. It's hard to do when you're like especially like in a similar way, like taking off, like if you go back to something that you used to enjoy and trying to take off the nostalgia goggles, stuff can be difficult to do. So. And like I liked Rick and Morty in the past. Like, remember that Mr. Meeseeks episode? That was a good time, I think. But this one's just, God. missed the mark.
I still enjoy Rick and Morty, but I feel like it's not as strong as it was for the first 3 seasons.
I didn't fact check this, but I was reading something that like in 2018 it got renewed for 70 episodes, and they've only made like 12 so far. So there's 58 more episodes of Rick and Morty that they can make.
They've made 20 episodes.
Or 20 episodes, but there's basically 50 plus episodes that they still are scheduled to make. And it's just like, if you're running out of jokes now, man, what are you going to do by the end of that run? Like, if it's getting to the point where it's just the same joke over and over now, like, they're going to run out of stuff by season 7 or 8 or what have you.
I mean, they can always go the Simpsons route and just churn them out. Churn out 90% crap, 5% okay, 3% good.
Someone's still watching The Simpsons.
I watch The Simpsons. I think I just watch it now just as background, really.
But even regardless of quality, just the fact that the show's gone on for that long is really incredible.
Even with all the crappy episodes there are in most of their seasons now, there's still like a hidden gem here and there.
Okay, could you just describe some things that you enjoyed throughout this episode? Because
one scene I really liked of Rick and Morty was when the family is playing as the squids. So they pretend to be squids to kill the other squids, and they have literally the shittiest costumes there are. I'm like, no one took not even 5 seconds. This man can do anything, and he didn't even take 5 seconds to make a good quality costume. I just thought it was funny. And then once they killed one of the squids, they find out that they're just decoys, just like themselves.
Yeah, I would say that twist was interesting because it's not some other third party that's causing all this to happen. It's them.
Yeah, it's just pretty much an infinite loop of themselves killing each other over and over and over and over again.
Yes, and one that they can basically never stop.
Pretty much.
I mean, until the end of the episode. But
another good scene I thought was when the family gets kidnapped, and then we see the really shitty decoys, and he's just trying to keep them alive so he can skin them, a la Buffalo Bob.
Oh yeah, there's a monster Rick. There's puppet looking Ricks that are made of wood. I think like in this like Rick's or like Rick and his family sanctuary basically.
I like the one where they look like Muppets.
Yeah, there's like they had like the puppet mouths and stuff. Or no, that was at the end. Yeah, where they look like stuffed animals.
Yeah, I like that. It was so funny.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. There's like humorous bits, or I mean not even like I didn't even laugh at any of that stuff. There's so this show's kind of hard for me to talk about because they're like the pieces are there, but it's just not coming together in a way that is interesting. And it's just it's just Rick doing whatever he wants. And the family just has the same reaction. Just like, oh, what's going on, Rick? Whoa. And Rick's just being like, I'm smarter than everybody. He doesn't even burp anymore. He doesn't even do the burp thing. What happened?
I think the voice actor for him, Justin Roiland, he usually does the burps. I'm surprised they don't have just like takes of it. Maybe he's just not getting drunk enough, clearly.
Man, I maybe if I were drunk, I would have liked the episode more. Maybe I'll be the next episode. I get fucking bombed. And then on the podcast, I'll come up here and be very friendly to Rick and Morty.
Dylan's only friendly on the podcast where we discuss Cowboy Bebop and movies.
I'm friendly. I'm just disappointed. Like, I guess, I don't know. It's just disappointing when a thing that everyone seems to enjoy and then you just don't get it. Like, what am I missing? I don't know. It's just not like this episode did not hit more so than the last episode.
No, I felt like they're both equally very weak. I think they were saying that this episode was originally planned to be the series premiere, so maybe it would have been flipped, so we would have gotten that episode first week, and then other episode we got last week, this week. So
Yeah, like a nonsense episode, then an episode that has a little more going on. Because while I didn't like the first episode, there was at least stuff happening. There was like, you juxtaposing Rick and Dr. Nimbus versus Morty going into the dimensions and the time jumps and all that stuff. That's at least, there's something going on there.
yeah, like it drives the plot
In this
forward.
episode, it's just nothing going on. I don't know. Yeah, disappointing for sure. Yeah, that's how I feel. Not mad, just disappointed. Just like, oh god.
I got 2 more scenes I thought were pretty good.
Hit me.
The scene where as they're in the cave, it's starting to cave in because the squids are attacking, and as they're escaping, Jerry gets into the elevator by himself, and he pretty much is like, I'm sorry, there's just not enough varnish in here for all of us, and he just lets everyone die. I'm like, that's such a Jerry thing to do.
That's cold-blooded Jerry.
At the end, after the credits, Wooden Jerry, who was a dick to everybody, gets attacked by beavers and is then turned into a dam, and then he becomes a mirror, and then he pretty much just goes out throughout the hundreds of years of thousands, not even thousands, I think it was millions of years, and he just pretty much just sees how the Earth keeps on evolving throughout time.
Infinite space-time Jerry, while also being just wood planks for a mirror.
I'm sure they added him as a character in that Pocket Marty's game.
Oh yeah, is that still updated?
Yeah, they update the characters every episode.
Interesting.
So if there's a character that comes up, they'll put him in the Pocket Mortys.
That's good. That's one of those, like, 'cause that game came out a long time ago at this point. So
Yeah, that was like the 2nd season.
something like that. Remember, it was interesting because it was basically like a free, it's a free game, and it didn't seem to have any of those microtransaction hooks in it,
No.
which is very, very good.
Yeah, it came out when I was still in college, so it's definitely been like 6 years.
Damn.
Here I am showing my age,
How time flies.
pretty much.
And now you're doing a podcast with a bitter old guy who doesn't understand what these kids are into anymore.
What a twist. I'm still older than Dylan.
Yeah, I'm supposed to have the youth. What happened?
I don't know.
I've been beat down by...
Society
Rick and Morty.
has torn this man apart.
Yeah. What happened, man?
So, at the end, what was your overall review?
Thumbs down. And I really want to move that thumb up. I want to for the next episode or whatever happens next. I want to move it up to maybe the middle thumb, and maybe even a thumbs up for an episode. Maybe. I want to understand. I want to like this. I'm watching it, but I just can't help those feelings of just disgust. Yeah, it's not funny. This show's just not hitting with me.
I'll have to agree with you. I think this episode is also a thumbs down. It feels very weak. The story feels weak. It just feels so repetitive. It stops becoming funny. There are funny moments, but that's about it.
Yeah, in a moment or two, Family Guy, and how they got one of their big things is their cutaway scenes for one joke.
Yeah, that's what ruined Family Guy. They pretty much made that the whole thing.
Yeah, no one gives a fuck about what Family Guy's about. You just watch this one-off bit where they just go, over explaining the joke, and then they show an animation of the joke, and you're like, oh, now I get it. Now that I saw the joke, now I understand. I'm in Mensa. I like Rick and Morty.
I'll have to agree. Family Guy seasons 1 to 3 were really good. When they brought it back after they canceled it, it just became a show about pretty much just showing you cutaway scenes anytime they can, because that's literally all they can do.
Well, you ever watch Futurama?
Dude, I love Futurama.
Yeah, that's a show about the future with scientists and all sorts of future shit, and that's good and goofy and weird and gross and all the stuff that Rick and Morty has, but good. It's just, oh god.
Futurama was the shit. I still remember when it was airing originally. That's how old we are.
Yeah, because that show's been canceled a few times and then brought back on, for like a few season run here, a few season run there.
Some movies. Don't forget about the movies.
I did forget about the movie, but good catch.
4 movies.
I never seen them, so
Oh man, you better start watching them.
add it to the list, baby. And yeah, hopefully next week we get a good episode and I could come in here and be enthusiastic about how smart I am because I understood what happened. And I can be like, man, Rick and Morty fucking rules, dude. It's fucking awesome.
I also hope that next episode, the episode is a lot better. I just needed to start giving me something funny to really laugh at. Otherwise, it's a wash.
Need some jokes. Need some jokes. Maybe need some stuff to happen in them. Needs to stop sucking.
Drive the plot forward, Keep making it. Do something. I don't know. Shit.
Yeah, I guess, we'll see what happens next week on the People's Review Special Edition, Rick and Morty Edition Special Edition.
And you can find us on Twitter at The People's Review.
The People's Review.
That's what a DA.
The People's Review, because The People's Review was one too many characters.
You can also go to our website, www.peoplesreviewpodcast.com.
Yeah, dog.
You can leave us a contact, and we'll get back to you if you want to tell us how bad we're doing on this Rick and Morty and stuff, and how you hate us. That
you want to tell me how much I suck? I'm all here for it.
We're all there. So come check us out. Check out our blogs. Check out our other podcasts, and have a safe evening, everyone.
Yeah, stay cool, everybody. It's hot out.